Okay, good morning everyone. It's Tuesday the 6th of September and we're just a little bit past 7:30. Yesterday was Labor Day in America and as such the markets were relatively quiet. Let me just go on to the 4-hour time frame here for the Ftse. Basically, what I was looking for yesterday was some sort of a pullback on the Ftse, which is exactly what we got. The market drifted lower after this very, very strong run up here. Coming into trading today, now that we've had this pullback, it was around about 23% after the market broke out of the trend channel. After seeing this now, I am more neutral on the Ftse for today. Now it's important to point out that one of the things I see quite a lot when I'm speaking to people who are learning to trade, people who are emailing me questions, etc. It seems to be a very common theme that people believe you need to have some sort of expertise in prediction. You need to be able to predict what the market's going to do every single day and what it's going to do minute to minute. It's a very common misconception. You don't need to be a mystic meg. You don't need to be able to read crystal balls to trade. What happens most mornings for me is when I load up the charts, I look at the Ftse, and quite often something will be standing out at me, pointing out a potential trading opportunity. So, for example, yesterday on the Monday, that was the expectation of the pullback. It's exactly what I told subscribers to expect. I just said it's going to be a relatively quiet day with it being Labor Day, and what I'm looking for is some sort of a pullback after the very strong run up. Now that we have had this pullback, as I've mentioned, I am neutral once again. What does that mean? It means I have no favoured way to look at this market. I don't have expect the Ftse to make a bullish run more than I expect to make a further pullback, and I don't expect to make the pullback more than I expect to continue with the bullish sentiment. It's a case of watching the market, letting the market tell me what it wants to do now, reading the price action, and going from there. So all I'm doing today, and this is what you should be able to do with whatever methods you use to trade, you should have a trading plan that allows you to not be mystic, basically. Your trading plan should allow you to trade in all market conditions. It should react with price action and allow you to get into good trades. For me, my favorite areas, you can see I've got my arrows on the chart. We have up here, which is tying in with this swing high right here, where the market then began to drift down. We have slightly below, which is the most recent swing high, where we've had the retrace. And then below, I have identified areas to watch for these bullish bounces. The bullish bounces, as you can see, are just tying in with areas of support and resistance. And down below, we have here, here, here. We have these spikes down here, here, and here. And then below, again, we have the whole congestion area. So for me, that's what it's going to be today. It's going to be a case of watching the market, seeing how it reacts, and trading off of these key zones. So what I'm going to do is come back at the end of the trading day. We'll have a look at what the Ftse did. I'll take you through what trades were available for everyone who's taken the Zone Trader course. And I'll also go over what it is suggesting, what the price action from today is suggesting for the Ftse moving forward. Okay guys, it's just about 2:45 on the Ftse here. I wasn't actually going to do a live trade today, but I want to add to this video quickly for one reason really. Well, first of all, I'm watching this position also. I am going to exit down here. So I'm just watching how the market is reacting. Yeah. Okay, so this is a key level. It's where I wanted to exit the position. I am expecting some sort of a reaction here. on the Ftse. Now, the reason I want to put this video in quickly is because, first of all, you can see these rectangles right here. The Ftse came down very hard this morning into this level, and then the market started to bounce sideways in this zone here and started to get buy positions. You can see the green arrow here. This is actually the one that I took and I've highlighted. This area here was where I wanted to watch how the market reacted, with potential first target being up here. Now, after I entered the position, the market moved against me to the bottom of the zone and then it bounced higher. And you can see right here, it's spiked up into this area. It's not quite reached it. You've got to remember, trading isn't exact. It's not exact mathematics. It's not exact levels. For me, that has touched that zone. Now the market then comes away, bounces, pushes up again, and rejects again. Now when it rejected again, I was confident that this market was going to continue moving down. Basically, the market had been coming down, creating lower lows, lower highs, like so. It had been happening all morning. The market was looking relatively negative. However, I did get the buy position. Trading plan states that, if I get that position, I enter into that position because I know over time, over an extended period of time, that is what works best with the way I trade. Now, when the market rejected the second time, I knew I was incorrect to be in this trade, so I was happy to take a loss. Now, I exited around about -4, -4.5 points, which would have been down here somewhere. The reason it's important is because you have to be willing to be wrong when you are trading. Too many people I see, let's say they were holding on to the position, it popped up, didn't quite make their zone, came back down and started to react off of this area here. In their head, they'll be saying, oh, well, it's just a normal reaction. I'll hold on to this trade with the expectation of it turning up here. Now, that's fine. It's a good way to think. It is a common way for the market to move. It's exactly how I was looking at it. However, once we then reject it again, you need to be willing to admit that you're wrong in a trade. It can save you, not heartache, it can really cut down on your losses if you're willing to exit a trade that you know is going to be a loser, or that you're very confident is going to be a loser, if you can exit early, which is exactly what I did. Now, what I find with beginners is instead of exiting early, they would have held on to this trade, let it come all the way down to wherever their stop may be. They get stopped out, they get frustrated, and it takes them into a bout of emotional trading, or maybe they'll just shut the computer down and walk away, be really angry with themselves for the rest of the day. With me, I exited. The market came down right here at 11.05. It broke out of the zone, pushed back up, instantly started giving sell positions. I was more than happy to get back into the market and just exited down here, as you've seen. The reason it's important is because it's little things like this that you need to learn. You need to learn to be able to be incorrect when you're taking a trade. Because at the end of the day, it's not you that's incorrect. It's just a normal part of your trading plan. Once you can get that into your head and figure out that you're not making mistakes, well, as long as you're following your rules, as long as you're following a solid trading plan, you know you're not making mistakes. It's part of the probabilities of trading, and it's part of the business. When you can do that, you can quite easily jump out of trades, stay clear-headed, look for the next signals. I just suffered a small loss, and the buy positions came almost at once. The sell positions came almost at once, and I was able to jump back in because I knew it was following my rules. I knew it was aligning with how the market was reacting, how I'd already looked at it earlier in the day, and it was a good position. Okay, so we'll come back at 4:30, guys. A couple of things I want to go over at 4:30, and we'll also review the Ftse. Okay, we're just at 22.5 and the Ftse is now closed. First thing I want to do before I go over the Ftse is address a few questions that I keep getting asked. First one is to do with the Australian dollar, US dollar. I have mentioned that I'm going to start bringing this into the channel. What that means is I'm going to start doing the weekly reviews, the exact same as I do for the Ftse, and also the summary and analysis videos once a week also. I'm bringing this into the subscription service after I got some feedback and it was requested. People are looking for a market that is open different hours from the Ftse. Forex is 24 hours, Australian dollar, US dollar, both markets operate at different hours, so it's perfect for people who basically are unable to trade during the working hours in the UK. I am currently going through this. I'm just basically getting used to trading it once again, getting used to setting my zones, basically everything I do with the Ftse. I used to trade the Australian dollar, US dollar full time until I migrated over to the Ftse, so it's just getting it back into my head. It will be basically the end of this month when I'm happy, and then it will come into the subscription service and it will come into the YouTube channel. But as we can see, everything's set up as normal. I'm just basically testing each day, getting used to how it sets up, setting the zones. See, we've got our reactions down here. There are a couple of little differences on this market. Stop would be down here for this one, 7611. Down here. And then the Australian dollar goes up. So as I mentioned, there are a couple of differences to trading this market with the Zone Trader. Very, very minor differences. They will be added into the course before I begin bringing this onto the channel and into the subscription service. Okay, so the other thing that I keep getting asked is, in fact I can do it on the Australian dollar, is about the candlestick identifier which is being developed. Basically, it will automatically detect the candles for you, the Zone Trader candles, so you don't have to do the calculations, you don't have to worry about if it is or if it isn't and end up making mistakes. It's currently with coders, it is being worked on. As soon as that is ready, it will be tested and then it will be made available to those who want it through the hosting website, the same website where Zone Trader is shown. Okay, so apart from that, let's have a look at the Ftse for today. Okay, so we have had a very strong down day again today, basically coming down into these key levels now where S3 is. If we look on the 4-hour time frame at this pullback now, we can see the identified levels right here. And we also had one right here. I was actually expecting a larger bounce from this area with S2 today, but it just didn't come in at all. What you'll see on the 5-minute is the market came almost straight through it. And potentially now we are going to see this pullback into the sloping trend line. So 5-minute time frame from today. Okay, so let's go over this for zone traders. Basically the market, I've already went over this trade in the live trade section. You can see the market bounced up, and that's where I exited for the small loss down here. You could also have exited after you've seen the initial reaction at your first management point. The market comes down very strongly. It breaks the zone right here at 11.10, and we instantly begin to get sell signals. Which basically had a management point of the low right here, targeting the zone below. You can see we actually touched the zone here, bounced up with an initial reaction. The market then pushes up into the zone above once again. We see rejection again on an already downtrending market. You can see, we're coming down, we're bouncing up, we're coming down, we're bouncing up, we're testing. As we're doing that, we get another reaction, then the market just absolutely plummets down. We did not get any reaction here, which was what I was expecting. I was expecting somewhat of a stronger bounce as we got down towards S2. The market then comes all the way down into S3. You can see it almost touches it here and then reacts. Pushes up, comes back down again, and you get a couple of buy signals quite close to the close, sort of 4:10. It's really the latest I would consider getting into any trades. Where do you think the management point is going to be for this one? Huge, huge sell candle. You can see all the pins. giving you a little clue, pinning up, up, up. This one falls down into it. You can see the pin on this candle. That's the sort of area where you can actually see right here now. And that's the sort of area you want to watch for reactions, especially in a market that is in a clear, very strong downtrend. You are going against the sentiment of the market, so it is important to watch these sort of levels for the reactions and be willing to come out of your trade at break even or for a very small profit if necessary. Okay guys, so that is everything for this week. Hopefully that was helpful. I'm James Orr and thank you.